man.
Alright, so I topped the ARG State Championships. I got second place with brilliant ABC Dracos. The logic for playing the deck was I hit pendulums. It was the first deck the first tournament of the new format, so nobody knew what was going to be good. So I took the deck that I thought would be best against Trickstars and Pendulums, which I thought would be the most represented decks, which was correct.
Cool.
So start, pretty simple. 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's.
Standard.
Yeah, it's the minimum. 3 B's is okay, but I didn't run it for this. 2 gadgets of each gadget. Calvin DeHaam's running 3 of each in his build, which is solid, but it's a little different kind of strategy for this deck. I might bump it to 3. 1 big garnet, 1 small garnet. You really hate drawing into these, but they are necessary for the other engines, and Masterpiece is kind of a good card. For hand traps, we ran 3 Ash, 2 Ogre, 3 Droll. This card was solid. This card won games when it was good, but it was sometimes bad against Pendulum, and this overperformed more than it probably should have. And then we run a bunch of field spells: Terraforming, Union Hanger, Diagram, and Set Rotation. You have to draw Union Hanger or you will not play this game. So,
makes sense.
3 Brilliance, 2 Cosmics, both pretty Stanford Brilliant Engine. These are just for Pendulum. This was okay. Desires speaks for itself. I run a lot of Garnets, but 2 was fine. 2 more Garnets. These like drawing into, but you gotta play them. And then Skill Drain for the last trap because you contribute it with Masterpiece, and also it just wins you games.
Right.
Do you want to do extra or side first?
Let's do extra.
All right. So for the extra, we run 3 ABC Busters, obviously, literally the point of the deck, and 1 Seraph Knight to round out the fusions. For synchros, I run Ancient Fairy Dragon because if you open up Diagram and a gadget with one of your ghost hand traps, but no hanger, you can pop the Diagram, special summon, or you Diagram to pop the gadget, special summon the other gadget, and normal summon the Ash or Ogre, and make Fairy Dragon and pop your Diagram for Union Hanger, which kind of feels subpar, but if you're not drawing a Union Hanger, you don't win, so I feel like it's worth playing. For XYZs, we got Gear Gigant, Castel, Diamond Dyer, Utopia package.
Alright, now explain your reason behind Castel in particular.
Okay, so this was Tornado Dragon, but I figured Diamond Dyer would do enough to for backer removal, and this I just figured was better spot removal. And when I was in my top 4, the top 4 game 3, he double Chaos huntered me, and I was able to just make the Castel and spin 1 away, and then I also had Cleaford Genius, so I could just negate the other Chaos Hunter, which I actually forgot that I could do, so I didn't do that. But if I was a good player, I would have done that. I would have just won there. I still ended up winning. It just took a lot longer. Other people aren't playing Utopia, which is insane to me because you have almost no outs to Warlord, which is really a problem if you're playing against Trickstars. So because you can't target it, and nothing beats over it. So
yeah, it makes
your
sense.
Your only other out is Warlord, and if you're staring down a Warlord, you probably can't make one. So that's the logic on that. This really overperformed. Your Gigant was really subpar. Like, sometimes you need it, but like you never want to make it. And then for Link Monsters, we played Cherry Target. We played Cleaford Genius, Underclock Taker, Decode Talker, and Warlord Dragon. This speaks for itself, this speaks for itself, and this speaks for itself. For the tournament, this was technically Proxy Dragon because that's what I wrote on my deck list.
Right.
And I almost got a game loss for that, but you know, it was just a warning. So I had to run Proxy Dragon for the second half of the tournament, which was fine because it just never came up. But this is way better because it's just a generic Link 2, which you can just get rid of your Seraphonite with, which is pretty good. And Cleavefort Genius is amazing because it's unaffected by spell and traps and Link monster effects. And then you can negate one monster effect on each side of the field.
Right.
So like you just negate one of your pieces and they're Chaos Hunter or whatever. Like, having Chaos Hunter is huge because that card is everywhere and that just destroys their neck.
Yeah.
And that rounds out the extra deck.
Awesome.
For the side deck, we run, for monsters, just 3 cherries. This was okay. I think I resolved it twice. No, I resolved it 3 times. 2 times it was an auto win, the other time I didn't have anything else, so I ended up getting grinded out, but it worked when it worked. For spells, I ran one more Cosmic. I really don't feel like this is necessary in this format. There's not a whole lot of back row. I feel like that should just be running 2 twins in the side, and that should be enough. Raigeki, it just gets negated usually, but it outs things. And then 3 Magical Spring. This card is insane because people usually don't pay attention to their scales. So if you like double Wisdom Eye, you just Magical Spring, you draw a card, and then they can't pop their stuff, so they just lose.
Right.
So I did that, and you just auto-win the matchup because it's not even till the end of the turn, it's till the end of your opponent's next turn. So if they can't Pendulum Summon for 2 turns, they just lose.
Makes sense.
And it's okay going second because, drawing cards is good. And then traps, 3 evenly matched. I really don't think I need to explain this. Anti-spell. This card kind of sucked, honestly. Like, it all went against pendulums, but if you don't have Buster and you play this, you just kind of lose because all your cards become dead. So I feel like these should be strikes on the logic that if Buster plus anti-spell is game, Buster plus strike is probably game.
Right.
But if I don't have Buster, I'd much rather have strike than anti-spell. And then round out Imperial Order. This is good enough to run because it just negates everything.
Yeah.
That's it for this. For the one thing that I really would like to change is run this card, Venture Duo.
Okay, why?
Because this deck cannot win dice, or this deck has trouble if it loses the dice roll. But because of this, if you have to forego your battle phase, so it's fine. So like that's why I still run evenly match, even though it's kind of subpar, because you have to forego your battle phase to do it. But if you have Union Hanger and just about anything else with this card becomes Buster Dragon, because Union Hanger plus a piece, Union Hanger plus Silver Gadget plus Diagram plus Brilliant Fusion, it's just Buster. So as long as you have Union Hanger, you can make Buster every time with this if you're going second.
Okay.
So I feel like it earns the spot. And then, yeah, besides that, I think also I'd make Gear Gigant this guy, because if I'm just trying to go for consistency, this is a little bit better.
Okay.
That is the deck.
Awesome, cool. Thank you very much. Hope to get a nice regional top this weekend. All right, awesome. Thanks.